as I was saying, when you keep them in enclosures close to the house or in the house, you'll have to clean it out daily, or you'll have to create an enclosure for outside. They do produce quite a mess as far as their excrement, and it can produce unwanted odors. But as far as animals are concerned, I think their odor is it's fairly low key. But you do, I mean, it's got to be cleaned daily. It's only fair to the animals. But they get used to you cleaning behind them, and you become the mother, and they'll want to be close to you. I know our one we called Runaway, he got out. We thought he was gone. He was literally lost for 24 hours, and my son and I, we were out walking around in the yard talking, and she just started coming up to us. She got tired of being out in the wilderness of the yard, and wanted back in the pen. So we stayed still, and she came right up to us, and we picked her up and took her in the house. We were very grateful to see her again. We have possums that love to eat chickens. We have foxes in our area that you can see from time to time when you're driving. We've got all sorts of creatures that would want to hurt them. We have a host of owls you can hear at night. Springtime is a big mating season for them, and any small animal is game for them to chow down on, including small kittens. So if you have small puppies, cats, and you know that there are owls around, you don't want to keep them outside at night, because they could become their meal. But this has been a nice ferret cage repurposed, and we got this chicken feeder over here. The water bowl, of course, came from Dollar Tree. The feeder we got from the same place we got most of the chickens, which is at our local Bell's Mercantile Ace hardware store. And we've had to open it up, as you can see, because our Astrolofts, they're starting to get their crown on their head, and their heads no longer fit through those little holes. The only thing that I really don't like about the Astrolofts having to have it, there's one of our Astrolofts. He'll actually turn black soon. He'll be solid black, and he shouldn't have any white on him when he becomes fully mature. But the feeder I like it because it keeps some of their excrement off of it, and it helped to keep them from diving in there and scratching and throwing the food out everywhere. But we have had to open it up, and now, of course, they're back to scratching it all over creation at times, and so it does make a mess, and that is waste. That's lost food that, you know, that just gets thrown out on the ground. As long as they're in the plastic container, of course, they'll eat it off the floor, but when they're in this cage enclosure, the floor has a caged bottom. And they can't get to the food that sifts through the bottom very well. If anybody knows of any better feeders, we are interested in looking at some better feeders. We also got another type of watering container for them, and we just haven't pulled it out and used it yet, but we'll probably be doing that soon. Like I said, today was the first day we pulled them out and put them in this to try it out, see how it worked. And it seems to be working rather well. They're figuring out their way around. They've figured out how to climb all the way to the top, some of them. And they seem to enjoy it out here. It's fairly peaceful. We live out in the country, so it's a peaceful place. Fawn has found her way to the top. But anyway, it's been a fun adventure, I'll have to say, keeping these chickens. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And so, I think we're happy with the 12 that we have. I think that's probably as many as we need at this time. With this number of chickens, you have to have, with them as small as they are, it's okay to have them in 3 containers like this as we've been keeping them. But of course they are getting bigger, and we'll probably have to have a few more containers to have them spread out when winter comes, because I need a warm place for them. But right now it's spring, and so we're not worrying about that at this point, really. Just thinking briefly ahead at what we have. And I do have plans for a larger enclosure, and as well as a hen house, actual small building where they can go in and lay their eggs. But we're just getting started, and this has been a fun adventure, and I want to thank y'all for coming along with us on this experiment, and I hope you will subscribe to us. Thanks. Bye.